Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Gothic 2, The Night of the Raven. In the last episode we managed to get Greg's first quest done, cleaning up the canyon of these mindless, vermin-eating raiders. And this time around, before we get to the bandits, we shall be clearing up the North Beach. Now, in order to do this, we've also upgraded our strength, so we can use a new sword. So this time around, we have a better weapon to fight all these things that will attack us there. There should be no trouble, other than maybe a very few distinct things that will pose a little bit of a problem. However, lizards should now be a lot less trouble than they were before. So let's see how well that works out, shall we? Interestingly enough, the lizard doesn't even deal any damage to us. More or less, anyway. There we go. Easily dealt with. Next one, please. Let's wait for a second. So we can push him against the wall here. Now let's see how we fare against the lurker. Oh, there are actually 3 lurkers, okay. Before we engage any of this, be safe. Alright, let's try this. I don't want to get all 3 at the same time, so I'm just going to try and lure one out. And then we shall kill it, as quickly as it comes. Let's see how much a critical hit does. Whoa! That is half its health bar. Holy moly! That is a lot of damage. Well, now they will see how 50% damage feels like. Unless we are in the same position against orcs, so they shall feel my revenge. Just like that. Now we're gonna draw our bow here, just to make sure that we spot anything that's in here. Like this shadow beast, for example. This one is still a little bit of a tough cookie. Reminds me, I still have a bunch of cookies on my desk, need to eat them later. Anyway, this is one of a tough cookie, so hopefully we'll be able to get him against the wall and just take him out. Uh-oh. Damn you! I had to move, of course, which was not ideal. So, let's try this again, shall we? Go to sleep. Good. Good, monster. Go to sleep. Nice. We could also just basically rob him of his cave here, but I'm not a big fan of that. Alright. Much better this time around. As you can see, we barely deal any damage, even though we still have now a better sword with more strength and a higher crit rate. We still get killed in like 2 to 3 hits depending on how low we are on health, but this time around I don't think this will be a lot of a problem here. Boom, baby! 300 XP. Wonderful. Potion, and something valuable. Well, I'm not saying no to that one. So let's get back to the pirates. But we're also gonna search the coastline, since I'm not entirely sure if we haven't missed any pearls and stuff like that. So, or rather clams, and maybe we'll get the chance to have any pearls in them. just gonna walk along the side here to make sure. Oh. Well, it's not a pearl and not a clam either, but it's a casket. So that's also something we can sell. But it doesn't seem there is a lot of stuff around here, so I'm gonna pay a small visit to Samuel to make sure he doesn't have any quests or some stuff like that. Grog.
I've come
Can
to
I
get
get
my
that?
ration of grog.
I hope it's drinkable.
Thank you.
I ran out of fresh water.
No, not really.
What's
anything
new in the camp?
Francis got what was coming to him.
Yep.
I can't begin
Basically,
to tell
he
you
did.
how that pleases me. You're all right. Come on, let's have a drink. It's on me. And
the-
Greg is finally back.
Yep.
He lost the ship, but at least he'll restore order to the camp.
We'll see about that.
What else have you got?
I can get you...
Right. Anything else you have that I might be interested in? I think not. So I say bye for now. Also, Morgan is not here anymore, so he's not sleeping all the way. At least that's solved. So we're gonna say hello to Francis here.
Thanks to you.
Thanks
Greg
to
is making
me?
saw planks
You
now
were sitting all
until
at
there's
that
no wood
desk and
left on
doing
the island.
nothing.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah, Francis. Anything else you got to say?
Thanks to
No? Alright. How about you, Morgan? Hmm?
Great. Now Greg is making me saw planks.
Well... What are you doing here? Well, he just told us. Great work, hero. Well, so let's talk to Greg. Maybe he has a little bit of a reward for us clearing that beach out.
There's one more. And that.
No? No? Alright. I thought there would be a quest with this beach stuff, but maybe it's not like that.
Hardly know who to believe these days.
He's not going to take me to Corinnes. By the way, there's no other way to return to Corinnes
Hey.
other than to walk through the portal. Skip will not take you there. Not by a long shot. So, okay, everything looks fine for now. Garrett doesn't have any quests either, I believe.
Is it really true?
Where do you get your
That
supplies?
is also a good question.
Skip always brings loads of stuff from Corinnes when he visits there.
Visits, yeah,
Until recently,
like
he used
stealing
to sell
things.
some of it directly to the bandits. But since we've been at war with the bandits, I'm the one who ends up with all the stuff now.
That, I suppose, is good.
What do you know about the bandits?
You'd better ask Skip about that. He's been through quite a lot with that bunch. Let me tell you, Greg has given orders to do away with any bandit who shows up near the camp.
That means if I take on the bandits' armor, then I probably would be attacked, so that would not be a smart move indeed.
Hardly know who to believe these days.
So, we finished up all the stuff that we can right now in this camp. I'm not going for the compass just yet on the right-hand side of the beach, because there will be flame lizards, or fire lizards, and I'm not really willing to take them on head-to-head, basically, at this moment. What we can take a look at, however, is first we're gonna get the snapper weed from down the canyon, because I didn't do that last episode. Because of my drunk pirate mates, that is. They're always falling down the cliff twice. That was very embarrassing, for me and for them. But we dealt with it in the most man-like thing we could do. We avoided the problem completely. So, yeah. Definitely was worth it not letting them die. So, let's go in here, and then we're gonna head over to the bandit camp, or rather in the direction of it. Snapperweed is all mine now. I believe there should also be another small cave around here. Either here on the next rock. Can't remember where it is exactly. Just have to look for it. I thought there was one at least. Maybe I'm wrong. It's not impossible. Oh, anyway, we got a potion here, so it's never a bad thing to have. Was I right or was I wrong? I think I was wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of a different position here. Oh well. Guess we're not going there. Because there's nothing to be found. That's alright though. So, just a little heads up on how we are planning to get into Bandits camp. We're gonna put on the armor. Yep, that's all the plan, and all the game needs you to do is just put on the armor and say, hey, I'm a bandit now because I wear this frickin' armor. And that's it. You don't need to do anything else than that. It's just putting on that armor and you're golden. Just like that. However, you should be worried about putting this armor on in civilized areas, as previously told by the pirates. If you do that, then everyone will attack you because they think you are a pirate. A bandit. Why am I always mixing up bandit and pirate? I have no idea. That's completely two different parts of the civilization here. I have no idea why I always mix that up. Anyway, before we go to the camp though, it's time to slaughter some mantis over here. No! God. Well then, here we are back after clicking new game option once more. What have we not learned from previous encounter with that button? Yes, don't use it when you're in transition of picking up something, clicking on a chest, or whatever you're doing, just don't do it. Right? Yeah, well, I guess I haven't learned anything since... Oh, by the way, Mantis, you are dead now. Oh, you get blocked by your friend. This is a very sad tale. Reminds me of my previous juvenile Counter-Strike adventures, where I always get blocked by someone when I want to go into cover. It was quite annoying. Then again, I was young and foolish. Oh, hello. More mantis to slaughter. Ooh, come on. Oh, but get down here. But where are you going? Stop going away! Come to me! I'm right here! This sword is hungry for blood! May that be red, green or blue. He's still on the right hand side, I think. Where are you? Show your head, so I can cut it off. Oh, she gets stuck in there. Okay. Well then. Gonna hack through walls, I guess. There we go. Easier than expected.
Nothing
Did
there.
we collect anything? Yes, we did. Alright. Now, with these mantises dealt with, we are now 600 XP closer, and the body that we didn't loot, to leveling up once more. And you know what that means? Yep, you guessed it. More strength. Because we need all the strength we can get right now to level up a little bit of our main skills here. Because I feel we are a little bit underpowered right now, so the better we get, the better for us. Obvious is obvious, of course, but still. We need to be able to swing better swords and do more damage if we want to survive in this rough area around us. Considering all the enemies that we've slain already, I'm actually still surprised that we managed to go this far. I mean, we have now a fine sword, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna be very much of a fighter. Basically, the normal enemies should not pose any problems anymore. Seeing that we can kill lizards with about 5 to 6 hits, mantis with about 5, if it crits of course, mantis with about 5 to 6 hits, and a lurker with almost 2 to 3 hits, so that's looking alright. Now on the way to the bandit camp, we will be passing by another cave, however, that I want to take a look inside. Also we have found a spell scroll that we didn't loot before, and the gold ring. Curious. Anyway, we wanted to go over here, because in here is a cave that we would like to enter. And we also have some goblins there, of course. What else would you expect in caves? Oh, hello. Oh, is that a goblin warrior? Oops. I did underestimate that slightly. And with slightly I mean I have 1 HP. Oops. I'm gonna go outside here for a moment. I'm gonna drink. And I quickly replenish my HP this way. We're also gonna be roasting this raw meat at some point, but I'm gonna do that off screen. I'm not gonna let you watch 5 minutes of me roasting meat. Because first off, that's utterly pointless. And secondly, who's interested in watching me roast meat? I very much doubt that you want to see that. Although, all things considered, I probably could tell a bedside story, but... you know, I'm not a good storyteller. Probably would mess things up anyway. And honestly, though, I probably don't know a lot of good English bedside stories. I only know them in German, and retelling that in English would probably be a very bad idea, because it wouldn't absolutely make any sense. So, we're going to go forward. I'm going to kill another enemy that is hiding around here, and by the snorting you could have guessed it's a shadow beast. And you would be right to assume this. Now, the only question I have is what is better, pushing it against this wall or against this wall? I hope this one is the right choice. Ow! We almost got that one, to be honest. If I would have swung my sword a little bit quicklier, or more quickly at this point, then I guess it would have worked. Not much of anyone to avoid this fight for the moment. Don't be irritated by the metal sounds. We hit it just fine if we would swing our sword readily from left to right. Just relax my left finger, not my right finger, you fool. Well, that was dumb. Well, let's try it again then. Shadow beasts are one of the tougher enemies at this point. I mean, you can basically deal with them if you get them towards the wall. I think that was also one of the biggest mistakes that these kind of games always did. Also, why is the game not loading? Do you mind, Gothic? I don't want to restart you yet again because of my mistake. Would you mind loading, please? No, it's not responding. It hasn't loaded yet. I only hear the sound playing in the background. Very well, I will be right back. Oh, well, the good thing about this is that since I have an SSD drive, it's actually costing me not too much time that I thought it would cost me. Ooh, oh god, this is terrible! Let's hope it loads this time. I'm not going to restart it again now. So please, just continue. Anyway, what I was supposed to say was, since I have an SSD drive, this is actually loading pretty quickly, without too much problems. So, I'm back out and in the game in about 1.5 minutes, basically. So, let's try it from this angle this time. Alright, just keep your finger relaxed. You can do this. Down to half health. You're doing great. Don't say that! You chinks in it all the time. Just keep on focused and pressing that finger down. Left, right, left, right. Don't look at the health bar, just do it. Reminds me of Prince of Persia, Warrior Within. Where the last final boss fight of the game was like, oh, I almost got her, and then like, I died. Because I looked at the health bar again, and I was thinking like, hey, you got this now, there. And I did a stupid mistake, and I died again. Well, this is a little bit tedious. But we shall manage this. No problem whatsoever. Anyway, that boss fight was so utterly, disgustingly, horribly entertaining at that point. But I was so happy once it was done, because it was one of the most emotional boss fights I've ever had in the entire gaming career. And I must admit the music score of Warrior Within was also one of the best I've ever had in a game. This rock music was really, really well done. Maybe it didn't fit too well in the Prince of Persia universe, but then again, it fit very well in the game, even though it might have been Prince of Persia. So yeah, also one of the most enjoyable games I've had. Warrior Within, definitely worth it. What are we detracting from Gothic 2 a little? Hit it! Come on! Yes! I got you now! Ah, this is worth a save. Like one more hit and would have died yet again. But this time it worked for me. Whew! Well, I'm happy now, I can tell you that much. Also, I think I haven't looted these special fish, did I? Yeah, that one. Lump of ore. Well, alright. Better than nothing, I suppose. It feels so good to be actually doing something and working it out. Also, you might think what this big X is standing for. Well, I can tell you it is one of Greg's treasures. No, wrong way. There we go. And one of the Greg's treasures we can loot right here. So if you take a look at the map, I'm not sure which map it's gonna open. Might be the treasure map itself, actually. Yes. So we're gonna loot this one here. We're not able to loot all the treasures right now anyway. But the more we get now, the less we have to search for later. And what will we find? A silver ring. A fine longsword. Now this fine longsword is 70 strength, so that would be our next weapon that we want to get to. And this is also the reason why I came into this cave here. So we can get this wonderful weapon. We can't use it yet, I know that, but it's better to have it there and be ready to use it, instead of running around and never knowing when you will get a better weapon, is it? So, better have something ready to be equipped, even though it might be a little bit later than normally you would expect. And at this rate... actually we need then... oh god, this is gonna be terrible though to get to, because we need 70 strength for that. And in order to get 70 strength we don't need 4 levels, we need... I think, is it 5? I think it's 5 levels. We need 20 and 30 strength, yes. It should be... not strength, loading points, skill points. We need 50 points, so we need 5 levels for that. Because at the point of 60, and the next point of 61, it requires 3 skill points for every point of strength. Which can get a little bit hard to get to at this point, I guess. But I guess we're not going straight directly for the sword. Probably going to go 60 strength and then maybe increasing dexterity. And then we'll see what we can do after that. Also, we're gonna talk to the mages before we continue on to the bandits camp. Because I want to make sure the graphic gets fixed again, because we're still in this like narrow mode here, which I like not at all. And then we're gonna rest up as well, because we're like pretty much done if we get to any kind of enemy. Thank you, by the way. So up here should be a bed that we can rest in. Should be no trouble whatsoever. Oh, I was thinking you might actually want something from me. I guess not. Good for you, Satyrus, because I'm not in the mood to talk right now. Because I want to slaughter monsters in the swamp. That's why I'm on the way here. Now, the enemies down here, we normally should have already cleared up all of them. So there should be nothing left to fight. Although I believe on the other side of this temple there might be some mantis and lizards, but I'm not too interested in that right now, because I want to get to the bandits camp first. To make sure that everything works out fine. And that we get to the new plot point here. Well, basically it's not the main plot, but it's kind of a side quest-ish plot. Alright. Now we managed to go here. Over there is the entrance to the bandits camp, so that's exactly where we're gonna head. Also there's a corpse lying around here, which is Lance. Gonna pick his stuff up as always. And we got some ring. I believe it's gonna be Lance's ring, right? This ring belongs to me. This ring belongs to Laris. This ring belongs to... Whoa, holy! 1,300 for that ring? What?
Nothing to be had there.
Wow, I didn't even know that the ring is so much worth it. Wow. Well, I guess that maybe I can sell Laris' ring at some point. Anyway, to get into Bandits camp, let's put on the Bandits armor. And yes, you will recognize this is the same armor as from Gothic 1. Indeed, they've reused the skin and model of the Bandits armor. But I don't mind too much, it's a little bit of a nostalgia thing at this point, I suppose. And if you are in the Pirates armor, you will get shot down to pieces, by the way, at this point.
Another new boy. Here for the gold too, aren't you?
Gold?
Maybe?
Quit trying to kid me. All the new boys who come here want into the mine. But don't think it's that easy.
Well, tell me more about the mine then.
Mine.
I'll give you some good advice. If you want to get in there, get in good with Franco. He's the boss out here.
He's
He
the
decides
boss out
who is
here.
the next
Easy.
to go in. But he'll only let you in if you don't gold brick out here. So go to him.
If you
and let
don't
him give you
what?
a job.
If you don't gold brick out here? What?
Where do I find
That doesn't
this
make any
Franco?
sense, but
He
okay.
mostly hangs out in the court in front of the camp. Get in good with him or you'll wind up with a crappy job like me.
Like you watch this or what?
Do you have to hang around here all the time?
I'm supposed to check out all the new boys to make sure that none of them are spies. But you can't forget it. I mean, we're at the end of the world here. In the middle of a swamp.
True.
No one can find us. No one will find us. And why should someone go to the trouble of sending us a spy?
Indeed, why?
How do I get to the camp?
Just follow the boardwalk. But if you want to get into the mine, you'll have to get past Franco. He expects all the new boys to slave away out here for a while first.
Alright, alright.
What's new?
Anything new?
Nah, there's nothing.
Okay, well. Thank you, Sancho. Typical English-speaking Spanish, I suppose, in this game. Or maybe Mexican, I'm not even sure. Probably Spanish, but... I must admit, though, I've never heard even an English-speaking... a Spanish-speaking English before, so I assume that should sound like Spanish. I'm not sure if it was, though. So I might be mistaken. But I believe they tried their best to make it sound like that, so... And it's Miguel, hello!
What are you doing here? Are you looking for something?
Plants. I'm looking for plants.
He's
Most of the
normal
stuff
speaking.
that grows here can be used for something. Many plants have healing properties, and you can smoke swamp weed reefers. Before my time behind the barrier, I worked as an alchemist.
Can you tell me anything?
Where did you come from?
Well, the same way as you, I suppose. With the pirates.
Shh,
Over the
no, I
sea.
didn't.
The valley here is
But
completely cut
it's a
off.
valid guess, I
There's
suppose.
no connection over land.
Right.
Well, not exactly, but I don't have to tell you
Why
that,
did
I
they put you
suppose.
behind the barrier?
I worked with mind-altering potions. A lot. One evening, my master Ignaz drank
Oh,
my
I know him.
experiment instead of his wine. That rendered him temporarily, unpredictable. And since then, he's been somewhat confused.
Mm-hmm.
The mages had me thrown behind the barrier for that. Research into forbidden knowledge, they called it.
It's actually interesting to know that the mages, like, throw people into the barrier for that. Because they are freaking mages. They can do magic too. And it's not unheard of. Like, sleep scrolls? They were in the first Gothic one. And mages sometimes gave me scrolls like that. It's not like it's forbidden magic. Sleep is also altering the mind, like, you go to sleep now. What's the difference?
Can you teach
Oh,
me
well.
something?
Let's see what he has
No
to offer.
time. I am here to get gold, and as long as I can't get into the camp, I make a living by selling my herbs.
I can see.
But if you need a few potions, I still have some.
So what potions do you have then?
Let's deal.
Oh, look, he also got some lockpicks. I'm gonna get those for sure.
What can you tell me about the camp?
Not much. I've never been in there myself. Only
So you only
Raven's
stuck
people were
out
there from
here,
the
what,
beginning.
for the whole time?
All the others who came
Oh, that's
later,
pretty
like
boring.
me, have to wait until they need new people.
When do they need new people?
Well, when they're missing some in there.
That
If
is a
digger
very
gets himself
interesting
eaten
answer.
by a mine crawler, they
Oh,
let
that.
one of us
Okay,
replace him. Sometimes they also kill each other. But they've been better about that lately.
You mean less
Raven has
killing?
controlled
Well,
the access to the mine somehow,
certainly